So if Natalie is your daughter, then who am I? I mean, who are my parents? Are they Natalie's parents?
Okay, you know what? You are my daughter. Clint and I are your parents, and we always will be. Honey, nothing has changed, okay?
Mom, how can you say that? Everything has changed.
No, it hasn't. You are still my little girl. Nothing in this world will ever change that. Ever. Let me get it. Hello?
Hey, it's me.
Oh, Ben, thank God. I was afraid it would be that horrible woman.
Listen, I'm on my way home. Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm numb. It seems so much to take in all at once, you know?
I know.
Ben, I'm so worried about Jessica. I mean, this whole business with Natalie and Seth was one thing, but now this. I mean, she seems so lost.
I'm gonna go for a drive, okay?
Oh, Natalie. I gotta hand it to you and Seth, the way you infiltrated Jessica and Vicki's lives to get those DNA samples, and they didn't suspect a thing.
It just feels so good to know that Princess Jessica's days have been numbered.
And soon our whole plan is gonna pay off.
Oh, it already has. I'm Natalie Buchanan. Natalie Ballsup's history.
So's Jessica Buchanan.
Oh, it just feels so good. I mean, it means I never have to work another mindless minimum wage job ever again.
Soon you'll be ordering your own flunkies around.
Yeah. You know, I always knew I was somebody. I mean, not that I dreamt that I would work my way up to the top someday. I mean, I knew I was somebody important, even when people made fun of me. I've been waiting for this day my entire life. I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Me too. All those years in a coma and then that snake pit with those hideous nuns. I was just waiting. I knew I was smarter than all of them.
We did it. We did it, Alison. We made it.
Not yet. Now, I'm glad everybody knows you're a Buchanan, but that's just a name. Now, what we're after is more long-term. The big payoff is just around the corner.
Look, I promise it'll be the last time I ever bother you.
Say what you have to say, and then get out.
I'm really sorry this happened to you.
It didn't just happen to me. You made it happen, Seth.
Look, all I've ever known was how to scrape by since I was a little kid. And the only thing that got me through it was imagining what it would be like to have money.
My money.
I never wanted to live in a mansion. I just wanted things to be easier. So when Natalie and Alison told me how and gave me the chance, I didn't think twice.
Great. So you destroyed my life so you could have pocket change.
When this all started, I had no idea how amazing you were. I just thought you were some stupid rich girl, you know, who had no feelings. And then who had sent me to reform school.
I had nothing to do with that.
I know, and I'm not trying to make excuses.
What? That's exactly what you're doing. I'm not interested. So can you please, are you done?
No! Look, Jessica, when this first started, I was scamming you. But since then, I've gotten to know you. Especially when you told me about Megan.
Don't you dare say her name.
I'm sorry. Okay, I know you don't want to hear this. But I never wanted to hurt you like this. I'm truly sorry.
Wait a second, Seth. You know, I have something I want to say to you.
You're not getting cold feet, are you?
Oh, I can't wait. Dear old Mom's gonna pay for every minute that I spent living someone else's life.
Well, that's only fair. But while you're shopping and getting to know Mummy, don't forget how you got there.
I can never forget. I mean, if it weren't for you, Vicki would still be complaining about the way I lick stamps or something. You gave me my life back. I don't know if I'll ever be able to thank you enough.
Natalie, you're thanking her for what she did? Are you nuts?
This doesn't concern you.
Sure as hell does. You know, you hate Jessica, and she's been nothing but a friend to you, and you hate Vicki, the woman you claim to be your mother?
She is my mother, and you better get used to it, Dad.
Whether she is or not, you can't blame her for everything that's ever gone wrong in your life.
Sure I can. If she had just recognized her own baby, then things would have been different.
This is all Allison's fault. She's the one who switched babies and didn't tell anyone.
I was in a coma.
Remember when I saw you at the student union and you were standing up to that girl who was ragging on you for being poor? You know, I went home and I told Vicki about that. I told her how strong you were and feisty and you were willing to work hard to get ahead.
I am all those things.
Yeah, and a lot more. You're also jealous and vindictive and you have no dignity. And if you think Allison here is your friend, you're also just plain stupid.
You don't know me. You know, Allison was the only one here who cared enough to tell me who I really am.
Because Allison's the one who took your life away from you in the first place. Don't expect my sympathy after you hurt all the people that I love.
You deserved it, Dave.
What about you? What are you doing this for? What's in it for you now?
I'm sorry too, Seth. I'm sorry that you grew up poor. I'm sorry that you were in a gang. I'm sorry that you were sent to reform school for all those years. And you never really ever got reformed. I'm sorry that I ever went out with you. Every time I think of you kissing me, it makes me sick. But most of all, I am sorry that I ever laid eyes on you.
Why do you think there's something in it for me? Except finally having set things right.
You're not trying to set things right. You're trying to cash in.
Look, the wrong little girl grew up in poverty. That's the only injustice I could do something about.
What a crock. You pretended to be out of your gourd while you planned this whole thing. You manipulated everybody who tried to help you, including Larry Wallach and Ray Cummings.
You call Natalie stupid. What about them?
You're nothing but a con artist.
So are you, Dave.
Yeah, well, it takes one to know one. But that wasn't my question.
I told you why I'm doing this.
Spare me. Don't forget I saw your collection of Dream House brochures. You're trying to destroy us to live on Easy Street. Let me ask you something. What's a life worth to you anyway?
You know what? Take a hike, Mr. Davidson, because you're not the victim here.
You know, your friend Allison might have been let out of the institution. But she's still insane and dangerous, just like her old friend Mitch Lawrence.
I'm nothing like him. He was a monster.
Took the words right out of my mouth. And I got a little tip for you, too. You better look out for your junior gold digger here. Because she betrayed Vicki, she betrayed me, and she betrayed Jessica. I'd say she's a real wild card. Now I'm going home to my wife and my stepdaughter. My only stepdaughter.
You know that I never betray you, right?
Of course not. We have a signed paper. Legal and binding. And now it's time for the next step. Are you ready?
Am I ever?
That me?
Certainly is. Chubby cheeks and all.
Well, how can you be sure?
Because I know.
What about that? Is that me or is that, Natalie?
Baby, please don't do this. Please don't torture yourself like this. Please.
Well, aren't you looking for Natalie's face?
No. No, I am not. I need to see us together, okay? Just you and me.
Well, what about Natalie?
What about Natalie?
She's your daughter. Right? Don't you want to know about her?
Do I want to know about Natalie?
Natalie's trying to destroy our family. That's all that matters.
Mom, come on. I mean, don't you want to know about her?
You know what? Personally, I think we've all had quite enough for one day.
Amen.
All right? This is my family. Okay, right here, just the three of us. And we're going to treat this like an ordinary day. We're going to go into the kitchen and get something to eat. Because it is an ordinary day. You know why? Nothing has changed. Okay?
Hi, Mom. I'm home. What's for lunch?
Oh, Bo, thank you.
Got here as quick as I could. What's going on?
You haven't heard anything, have you?
About what?
Okay. Something's happened, and I didn't want to call the police because I'm afraid it would leak to the media, and I just couldn't deal with that
All
right
right.
now, okay?
Nobody is going to know, okay? You have my word on that.
Listen, I have to thank you again. I'm sorry to trade on our friendship like this.
It's okay, Vicki. I'm here however you need me. All right? Just tell me what happened.
Well, basically, there's an intruder in this house.
Where?
Hey, Uncle Bo. I was wondering when you were going to stop by.
Who are you?
You don't know me? Hurts.
Vicki.
She called you here, right? Because you're the commissioner. Helps to have friends in high places, doesn't it, Mom?
Mom.
All right, I have to explain this.
Don't bother. I can do that. You're my uncle. My father's your brother.
What is she talking about?
This person is named Natalie Balsam. And it turned out that, well, we had DNA tests run, and apparently she is Clint's and my biological daughter.
How is that possible?
Well, when Alison kidnapped Jessica, apparently she didn't take Jessica.
What?
She took me and then brought Jessica back.
But Jessica is your daughter. Yours and Clint's daughter.
Yes, she is. Although apparently not our biological daughter.
And DNA doesn't lie.
Where's Jess?
She's up in her room with Ben. I didn't want to leave her alone because she is having a terrible time with this.
Can't blame her for that.
Well, she better start getting used to it. I'm the real Buchanan.
Well, I'm the real cop. And one word from Vicki, I will haul you downtown for harassment.
I'm not harassing her. She's my mother.
I haven't seen any of this so-called DNA evidence. Until I do, you're an intruder.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do.
Lucky us.
But you better make a formal announcement pretty soon. Or else, I could call Todd. I'm sure he would put it in his paper.
Todd. Is Todd behind all this? Did he bring her here?
No, she doesn't even know Todd.
Vicki, is this for real? Is she really your daughter?
I don't know, Bo. I don't know, but she seems to be. In the meantime, I have to try to find out what I can do to get her out of my house. Well, that sounds really awful. A mother rejecting her child. But you don't know what that girl has done. She has allied herself with Alison all along. They've been together in this. And she's done nothing but lie to me since day one.
Why?
There's the question. I don't know. I really am not entirely sure. You know something? When the DNA test result came back, I thought, okay, she's my daughter. Maybe I can feel something for her. Maybe I could even care about her.
But you didn't.
I can't. I can't.
Vicki, you barely even know her.
No, that's the problem. I do know her. And I know every evil, awful thing she's done to my daughter, Jessica. I haven't even told you everything.
Well, what happened?
Okay, this child comes to town. First thing she does is she finds Jessica and she befriends her. And she lies to her. She plays on her sympathy, and she tells her, oh, my God, I'm going to have to leave school if I don't get a job. And they went so far as to tell her she was homeless. So what did Jessie do? Well, she came to me, and, Mom, please give her a job. So I gave her a job as my assistant here. And then she begged me to let her stay in the carriage house, which I did.
Well, that sounds like Jess, all right.
Yeah. And all the time this was going on, all the time that Jessica thought Natalie was her friend, Natalie was pumping her for information and finding things out, things that she could then use to get everything that Jessie has.
That's low.
Yes, it is very low, and that's not all. This person, this Natalie, has a boyfriend, Seth, who then pretended to be very interested in Jessica and did it right at the time when Jessie split up with Will and then Will left town. So, of course, Jessie was vulnerable and she was lonely. And these two horrible, horrible people took advantage of Jessie.
I can't imagine anybody doing that to someone that is as sweet and as good as Jess.
You know something? Jessica is my daughter. I don't care what happens. And if anybody tries to hurt her deliberately... You know what? I cannot accept this Natalie as my biological child. I can't look at her like a mother. I can barely look at her at all.
It's not a very nice thing to say about your daughter.
Well, you are not my daughter.
Not exactly Mother of the Year, is she?
Maybe you should have thought of a better way to handle this situation.
Me?
Instead of trying to destroy her family.
It's all her fault.
My fault.
You didn't even recognize your own daughter. Alison brought you back the wrong baby, and you just took her. You didn't even care.
Yes, I cared.
You just wanted to get on with your own life. It didn't matter to you whether or not you knew me. But you know me now, don't you?
Excuse me. Buchanan?
Natalie, I know that you must be hurting.
Right. Because you know all about me.
Well, I know that you're upset because you didn't get all the things that you feel you were entitled to. The house and the parties and the clothes and the horses
I am
and whatever
entitled
else.
to them.
And you blame me for that.
Yeah, I do.
Jessica doesn't deserve any blame.
What did I do to her? She's still here, isn't she?
You've turned her entire world upside down.
Then she should have thought of that before.
Thought of what? Before what? I mean, what did she do? She didn't do anything.
Of course she did.
What? What did she do?
She must have done something. Was she quiet? Did she sleep all through the night? Or did she smile when you said her name?
What in God's name are you talking about?
You liked her better than me. I mean, you must have, because otherwise you would have said something. You would have at least tried to bring me back.
I loved my baby very much, and I would have done anything under the sun to get her back. When Jessica was brought back to me, it never occurred to me that she wasn't my child.
Because she was perfect.
No, because she was my baby. And she was exactly the same in every way. Natalie, I know you don't want to believe that this is true, but it is, okay? I've gone over this 1,000 times in my mind. When Alison Perkins brought Jessica back to me, I went over every inch of her, and she was exactly the same. Even now, knowing what I do now, I would still swear on my life that she is the baby I gave birth to.
But she wasn't.
Maybe not. But she is still every inch my daughter, and therefore I will not allow you to hurt her anymore.
So what do you want me to do? Pretend that I don't exist?
I want you to go away. I know you only came here to get money. So fine, I will give you money. But I want you to go away now, right now.
Vicki, it's okay. You don't have to try to make a deal with her.
Why not?
Because I just got a judge to issue a restraining order. That means now I can take you to jail.
You'd arrest your own niece?
Why not? I've had to arrest my own father any number of times. Let's go.
No.
Oh, do you have to arrest her?
If you want her out of here.
I'm not leaving.
You don't have a choice.
Oh, no. You don't have a choice, and neither do you.
Oh, Lord. What are you talking about now?
I don't have to leave this house ever again. And I can prove it.
Hello, Dave.
The game's over.
For good, are you sure?
Oh, absolutely. Where's Natalie?
Where's Jessica?
I told you not to forgive Alison Perkins. See where it got you?
Hey.
Hey.
One glass of water, as requested.
Thank you.
So can I get you anything else?
No. I'm fine. Really, I'm fine.
I can offer a shoulder. Or an ear. Or I could just disappear.
Yeah, that would be good. Thanks. I need some time, to think. Now that Natalie's proven that she's my mom's real daughter, it's just... There's some things I need to figure out.
What's that?
Like, who am I?
Who do you think you are? I come here to see my mother, and you get the police to get a restraining order against me?
I did that myself, Miss Balsam.
The name's Buchanan, Uncle Bo.
I'm going to escort you off this property. Now, if you invade Landfair again, then I will have you arrested.
If I invade my own home?
Oh, this is not your home.
Come on, we're leaving right now.
Since you're the commissioner, Uncle Bo, I'm sure you know that you can't enforce a court order until it's been served, and I haven't seen one piece of paper.
Fine, then we'll go with trespassing. You see, I can come up with any number of reasons to have you arrested.
Don't tell me we are keeping you from something.
Well, let's open the door and find out.
Hank, what's going on?
Hi, Bo. The district attorney is here to make sure Natalie's rights are protected.
Her rights?
Right, come in, please.
Thanks. Miss Perkins went to court today and obtained an order enforcing the dwelling rights of Natalie Buchanan, also known as Natalie Balsam.
The dwelling rights?
Yes, she has what's called full right and privilege to live at Landfair for as long as she likes.
Natalie, perhaps you could give me a tour of your new home.
Mr. Perkins was able to obtain this court order due to a clause in your father's will. Are you familiar with it?
My father's will? No, I haven't even looked at it since Todd came to town. I'm not familiar with it.
Well, Clause 8, Section A. Any issue of my daughter Victoria shall have the right to reside at Landfair and enjoy all prerogatives and privileges thereof.
Natalie was your issue. You issued her over 19 years ago, but then you misplaced her. Oh, Natalie, I love this. It's exquisite.
Put it down.
By the way, here's a court order. Consider yourself served. This is a problem you can't do anything about. All your money, all your power, nothing's going to get you out of it.
You're the same terrific young woman you always were.
No, I mean, who are my real parents? They must be out there somewhere.
Possibly.
Do you think they're the same people who raised Natalie?
Well, my guess is Natalie was raised by wolves, so I wouldn't even go there.
I feel so completely lost, you know?
Well, believe me, I do know. You know, when I found out that Asa was my biological father, I lost it. It made me second guess everything I ever knew, everything I ever felt.
So how did you finally deal with it?
All right, let me put it this way. Asa may be my biological father, but he's not my real dad. My real dad is the man who loved me and raised me. Just like Sam's my real brother.
And my mom's my real mom. She always will be, no matter what.
And she loves you so much, Jess. Your real family is where you find love. Not some DNA result.
Tell that to Natalie. She thinks that's all that matters.
Well, Natalie's got a lot to learn. But you know what? I've been watching the way Natalie works, and she's not out to take Vicki away from you.
Then what is she doing?
She wants money. And every other perk that comes with being a Buchanan. She can never, ever replace you in your mother's heart. Not ever.
What next?
Thanks for coming, Hank. I'll take it from here.
Yeah, sure. Vicki, if you need me for anything, you call me.
Thank you very, very much, Hank.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Natalie can stay here as long as she likes, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Just get away from me.
Don't you just love that feeling of helplessness? It's sort of like being locked up in an asylum with no way out.
Oh, I am far from being helpless. And actually, very soon, I'm going to feel so much better.
You are?
Yes. Because I'm going to have you arrested for kidnapping, and then I will feel wonderful.
Hate to disappoint you, Vicki, but the statute of limitations on that crime ran out over 10 years ago. You can't touch me. How does that feel?
Still planning on arresting me, Uncle Bo?
I can't understand why you would want to live in a place that you're not wanted.
Because it's my home. And if my mother hates my guts, well, then she can just leave.
Well, this Perkins woman has no rights here.
Why are you being so mean? You don't even know me.
I don't have to know you. From what I've seen, I've been able to come up with one hell of a negative opinion about you. Now, the way that you've behaved, I wouldn't count on a single person in this family lifting a finger to help you.
The way that I've behaved? What about Mother Iceberg in there? She hasn't even shown 1 ounce of love or caring since she found out who I was.
Is that a fact?
All she's shown me is all this anger and resentment.
Then maybe you ought to step back and take a look at how you've handled this entire situation. You deliberately made an enemy out of that woman. And I want to tell you something that I've learned. You don't want Vicki for an enemy because it always turns out the same. You lose.
Everything just feels so strange.
Okay, Let me ask you this. After everything you now know, have your feelings towards your mother changed?
No. No, of course not. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not her fault that I was switched, right? I love my mother. I always will.
She feels the same way about you, Jess. My guess is she's downstairs right now, trying to figure out a way to protect you. Because you have been her main concern through this whole thing.
And here I am worrying about poor me. You're right. You're right. I gotta go downstairs. Oh, I'm not looking like this. She's gonna worry about me even more.
You better read all of your father's will, Vicki, especially the parts about Natalie getting all of her trust funds and the big fat yearly allowance in her part of the estate.
I will look into it. Now get out.
Oh, you'll do more than look into it. I'm going to make sure you come across with every single dime.
Let me tell you something, Alice. Natalie is going to get exactly what this piece of paper entitles her to, and not 1 red cent more. And I will hire as many lawyers as it takes to make sure you don't get your grubby hands on it.
How about your husband? Bet you'd like me to keep my grubby hands off of him.
Oh, give me a break. Get out.
Why not? I can always come back later as Natalie's guest.
Alone at last.
What are you doing in my room?
You mean my room? I'm Vicki's daughter.
Is that what my mom thinks?
You mean my mom? She just needs to be caught up to speed, and so do you. Why don't you sit down?
Why don't you get out?
Oh, I don't think so.
Fine. Then I will.
Oh, you're not going anywhere, Jessica. Not until you hear what I have to say. I know we got started on the wrong foot.
The wrong foot? You came here to destroy my life.
I didn't come here to steal anybody's life away. I came here to find my own. I didn't know you were living it. I mean, I'm sorry that it all happened this way.
Oh, right. I'm sure you are.
I mean it, Jess. I like you.
Give me a break, Natalie.
Well, why wouldn't I? You've been a real friend to me since I came to Landview.
No, because you fooled me. You used me to get into my house.
Well, I did what I had to do. What you would have done if you'd been in my shoes. Like I said, I am sorry for the way it happened.
Right, I'm sure you are. That's why you laughed your way all the way to my closet.
Jess.
What? And it's Jessica to you, okay?
Okay, Jessica. Look, I know we're not going to be the best of friends right now, but can we at least try to get along? I mean, after all, I'm going to be living here now.
What? Says who?
Well, that's what I came by to tell you. I'm moving in. By a court order.
You having such a terrible time with this, and she hasn't even heard the latest thing. With everything that's going on, I haven't even had a chance to tell her that now...
What? Natalie is moving in? She just told me, Mom, but please tell me that it is not true.
Yeah, tell both of us.
Yeah, Mom. Why don't you tell her? And Daddy, too, while you're at it.
She went and got a court order, honey.
A court order? We'll see about that. I'll call Sam. He'll fight it.
Darling, apparently there's nothing we can do about it right now.
So she's really moving in?
Unfortunately. For the moment, I'm afraid so.
Yeah, but not for long.
Then I'm moving out.
No, you can't leave.
I can't stay. Not if I have to live with her.
Oh, why not? We had fun in the carriage house, didn't we? Almost like sisters.
You are not my family.
No. But you always have a place here. And I know Mom feels the same way.
Shut up.
Maybe you're right. Maybe even moving out would be the best thing. Anyway, I've got some ideas for your room.
I have never in my entire life met anyone as truly horrible and cruel as you are.
Why? I thought I was being nice. I was willing to take Jessica in. I mean, I've been homeless and alone myself once, and believe me, it's not fun. But hey, that's what you want.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go take a walk around the grounds.
Yeah, you do that.
Oh, but don't worry, Mom. I'll be back in time for dinner.
You know what? There's something I gotta take care of. I'll be back.
Baby, I need you to do me a big favor.
Of course. Of course, anything. Too bad I can barely do anything for myself, but, what can I do for you, Mom?
Honey, no matter how difficult this is for you, I need you to stay.
I'm sorry, but I cannot stay at Land Fair if Natalie is here.
I understand.
Do you, really?
Absolutely. Believe me, I don't want to stay at Land Fair if Natalie is here. It's about the last thing on this earth I would ever want to do. I don't care how many DNA tests she waves under my nose. So, if you're going to leave...
I am going to leave, Mom.
Then I'll leave too.
No. I can't ask you to do that.
You're not asking me, darling. I want to do it.
What about Ben?
Ben will come with us. That's all.
No, this is your home, Mom.
No, Jessica. This is our home.
No, it is not. Because I am not your daughter.
You are my daughter. You are my daughter. Much more to the point, you are the only daughter that I care about. I have a lifetime of memories to prove it. And that means so much more to me than a couple of marks on a piece of paper.
I hate that Natalie is driving us away from here, though, Mom.
Well, great. I don't much care for it myself. But you're going through a crisis here, and if this is how you want to handle it, then that's just fine by me. We will go someplace else, and we will make a whole new batch of new memories.
But you love your house, Mom. You love this house.
Yeah, I do love this house. I really do love this house because this place is my little piece of earth. But Jessie, I have seriously thought about leaving here before.
Really?
Really. When I learned something that almost poisoned this place for me forever.
Grandfather Lord.
Yes. My father. When I realized what my father did to me here in this house, I really didn't think that I could continue living here.
So what made you change your mind?
I decided if I left, that I was letting Victor Lord win. That I was allowing him to rob me of yet something else, allowing him to take away yet another part of who I am. Honey, do you really want to let Natalie do that to you?
Ace.
If I move out of Land Fair, then that's letting Natalie win. And maybe she's gonna win eventually, but not without a fight, right? So yeah. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna stay.
There. See, now that proves it.
Proves what?
DNA be damned. You are my daughter.
Oh, I look
you make a little noise? You scared me half to death.
Ah, sorry, I'm just light on my feet.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, rather long face, kiddo.
No reason. It's supposed to rain today. I can't do anything with my hair. And my so-called mother hates my guts.
Really?
Yeah. Not like I care, though. I have Jessica's money and I have her house now. I mean, I don't need her mother.
No, you don't. In fact, you might be better off without her.
What's that supposed to mean?
Something's not right with Vicki.
What?
I don't know.
Can I sit there, or are you saving that seat for Natalie?
Why would I do that?
Maybe because you two always sit next to each other?
Well, not anymore. It's all yours.
Good morning.
Okay, let's get seated and settled. We've got a lot to cover today. First off, last week's essays. Much better. The grades reflect it, and I would encourage anyone who wants to discuss theirs to make an appointment with me. Okay. Seth Anderson. Natalie Balsam. Natalie, why didn't you answer? Are you that afraid to see your grade?
No. But my name's not Natalie Balsam anymore. From now on, I'll be answering to the name Natalie Buchanan. That's Buchanan.
You can call yourself anything you want, but in this class, we use our legal names, and yours, I believe, is Natalie Balsam.
Not anymore.
Are you trying to tell us that you got married since last class?
No. But congratulations are in order. Jessica, do you want to tell Professor Reynolds and everyone how we got switched at birth?
What?
Oh my God, the trailer trash is rich.
Oh, that is if she's telling the truth.
Of course she's telling the truth. Didn't you see the way Jessica ran out of here?
Yeah, if she's poor now, she can probably get a traffic scholarship.
Ladies, please.
Shut up! What's wrong with you people? Can you even imagine what Jessica's going through? How would you feel if you suddenly found out your whole life was a lie?
Not that bad if I was a Buchanan.
All of you together aren't worth one, Jessica. No matter who her birth parents really are.
You guys,
Wait!
You didn't have to do that.
Yes, I did. If I want to get anywhere with Vicki, I have to be a Buchanan. Full time. That is the only way I'm going to be accepted into that family and get my share of the trust fund. What is your problem?
I don't like what this has become.
You knew where this was headed when we started this.
Things have changed. People are getting hurt.
People like Jessica?
Among others. But that doesn't even seem to register to you.
I'm not the bad guy here, Seth. If you want to blame someone, blame Alison for kidnapping me when I was a baby. Blame Vicki for not recognizing her own baby when Alison brought the wrong kid back.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't ask my life to be stolen away from me and given to someone else.
Be realistic, Natalie. You're a complete stranger to them. Jessica has been their daughter their whole life.
So what are you suggesting? That we bail? Now, after everything we've gone through, you just want me to walk away from my birthright?
I don't know what you hope to accomplish with that little performance, but in the future, keep your pranks out of my classroom.
It's not a prank. I am a Buchanan, and we were switched at birth.
And you felt the need to humiliate her in front of the entire class with that information because, what, you enjoy hurting people?
No, it wasn't like that.
You pull another stunt like that in my class, you don't come back. Is that understood? Perfectly. And until I'm notified by the registrar that there's been a change on your school record, you will continue to be Natalie Balsam in my classroom. Now, why don't you two take the rest of the day and think about what it is you want?
Can you believe her?
It's exactly what I was talking about. Now Professor Reynolds is mad at you and me.
She'll get over it.
I don't like what this is doing to you, or Jessica, or to her family.
My family. Look, I tried to make it up to Jessica, honest, but she wouldn't even talk to me. You know, even though she's not a Buchanan anymore, she's still that same stuck-up snot she always was.
Why are you making this all about you?
Because it is all about me.
It's not all about you. It's about all of them, too.
Vicki is my mother, and they're shutting me out.
Can you blame them? Look how you're acting.
Okay. Maybe I'm going too far. But I know that if I show the slightest bit of weakness, that they're gonna squash me like a bug.
So you're gonna squash them instead.
I don't want that family to hurt. It's my family. But I am not about to give up and walk away with nothing.
You don't have to. You can work out a settlement.
What?
You can get your share of the trust fund. Then we can leave Vicki and Jessica in peace. We can go anywhere in the world we want to and have a clean, rich start. What do you say?
Not alone in this.
Where's Al? I need to see him.
Oh, Jessica, I'm terribly sorry. He's not home at the moment.
Well, where is he? This is an emergency.
And what are you two plotting?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Been quite a spell. I said just stop by to see your old grandpa.
Actually, I came to see Al.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
I know that look, Jesse. Come on. We're gonna have a nice long talk. Hey. Honey, talk to me.
I can't talk to you, Grandpa.
Tell me why you're so upset.
It's a lot of things.
Okay. Now let's just take one little bit at a time.
Do you remember when I was born?
Of course. Oh, I know. Somebody in the family probably told you I wanted a grandson.
Yeah.
The truth is, honey, I did. But I want to tell you, sweetheart, I was so wrong. The day you were born, you were exactly the grandchild I wanted. I love you, honey.
Do you?
Of course I do.
No matter what?
You are a Buchanan. You are my blood. There's a bond between us that will never, ever change. Now, please, tell me what your problem is, and let me try and do everything I can to help you.
You'll help me because I'm a Buchanan, right?
Yes, and as I said, you're my blood.
You can't help me. Grandpa, I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing anybody can do.
Then I met you. So uncaring and trusting. It's too much for me sometimes.
Too much what?
I get my hopes up. You know, I think that maybe someday I can be like you.
You can.
That I could change.
I like you just the way you are.
Jessica.
Hey, what's going on?
I was, just...
Putting a necklace on Natalie's neck. It was for her. Everything was for her that entire time. I was a total fool.
Come on, Natalie. You know I'm right. You can go anywhere in the world as Natalie Buchanan.
With you?
Of course with me. Don't you get it? You won. You're rich. You got a trust fund. You can do anything you want. You've got everything we've wanted and more.
If I just take the money and run?
Yes.
Why?
Because if you stay in Landview, you may wind up losing it all.
I don't think so. I have proof of who I am, and everyone knows it.
You're hurting people, Natalie. Powerful people. People who don't deserve to be hurt.
What about what I deserve?
What do you think's going to happen if Asa Buchanan decides to get into this?
Well, my guess is he'll probably like my style, or at least appreciate it.
Tell them you'll take the money and leave them alone.
It's not just about the money, Seth. It's the name. Landview is the only place where being a Buchanan means something.
Oh, and anywhere else you'd just be some super rich girl. That's pretty tough to live with.
I'm not going anywhere.
Fine. From now on, you're on your own. I'm out of it.